Hey, what's up guys? This new graveyard deck is completely taking over Clash Royale. The best player in the world, Mohamed Light, is playing it on his rank 1 and 12 accounts, and the rank 8 player in the world is playing it too, along with a ton of other players in the top 200. You play passive and cycle to the Witch evolution along with the Knight evolution, then go in for a big push with the Knight evolution, Witch evolution, and Graveyard. When the Witch skeletons and Graveyard skeletons die, it heals up the evolved Witch to an unkillable status. And if they go in for something like a Dark Prince or Valkyrie, you can freeze it with an Ice Spirit and damage it down faster with Spear Goblins and Bar Barrel. You can get it to the point that your evolved Witch will out-heal Valkyries and Dark Princes even after the nerf. This is one of the most absurd strategies in the game, and it genuinely feels like cheating. Let's spawn into some games, slime our opponents with skeletons, and assert dominance. And lots of spooky skeleton love for everyone that's supporting the channel with credit code SirTag. Okay, we got our first game of the day. Let's get it. So strategy for this deck is just to go Spear Goblins at the start. It's nice. I mean, if you're running skeletons, you're not going to get that cheeky chip damage that we're getting. Also, he just missed 2 of the Spear Goblins at like rank 6,000 in the world. So that's wild. We did so much damage. Oh, come on. This sucks. I hate dropping defensive Goblin Huts because they just sleep. They sit there and don't spawn any Spear Goblins for a while. It's a sleepy Sunday. What can I say? It's not actually Sunday. It just feels like the weekend right now because I was a mobile gaming athlete. Every day feels the same. Anyway, I would love to spawn a single Spear Goblin, but I think the Witch is just going to get us completely okay here. We might not have to spend any elixir whatsoever afterward. The other thing is we do get a Spear Goblin. Oh, we get 2. Let's go. 3, 4. Oh, that's a Golden Knight. That's going to suck. That's not a fun card to face. I'm not going to lie. It's just going to go bing, 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 and it goes to all my cards. But you know what? I'm okay here. I'm going to go for a Graveyard since we are going to decimate those recruits, and the Bar Barrel will still tank. I could go for a Wild Witch, but it's definitely better for me to go for a Poison. I think the Fly Machine will stay encapsulated in that area and eventually fall. And sure, it dies, please. Yes. Holy heck. A little bit scary. Because if he was able to spring Royal Hogs, I was going to say Royal Recruits, but there's no way you get elixir for that. If he drops Royal Hogs in front of that, then I would have had to spend extra elixir like Goblin Hut here, then go Knight, and then Spear Goblins or something. Just not very fun when that interaction happens like that. Anyway, we want to pair our Evolved Witch with a full force of the Graveyard. And until then, I think I'm pretty good just sassing out our Goblin Hut. I was saying sassing out. I don't know. I guess I felt sassy or something. All right, go for a bad ability, please. Just hit Spear Goblins. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And he doesn't hit all the gibbies. There's one little gibby left over, and he's going to go in below some spears straight towards our opponent. I don't know. I was like treating him like a Dark Goblin, blowing spears. That'd be crazy. Anyway, we can go for a Witch here and then Graveyard. I'm feeling feisty right now. I'm feeling that this is the combo. This is the pathway. As a Royal Recruits player, I hate nothing more than this. Even if he goes in for a Diddy Cage, I don't think it's going to kill my Witch. We're just going to like overheal, outlast, outwit, outspawn. Not really. It was kind of close. It is what it is. I can maybe just go in for a Knight here, so then the Fly Machine targets that, and then go for an Ice Spirit up top. Hopefully, he's not going to be able to chain on to all of our stuff with the Golden Knight, but a really good Poison will come through for us for sure. And then we still have a little bit of the Knight love here. Oh, that sucks. I was hoping for a perfect defense. It did not happen as we hoped, but it is still decent. I can go for a Barbarian Barrel here, and his arrows are not going to be able to hit the cards and the tower that he wants. Wait, he just took more Spear Goblins. Okay, this is actually diabolical work. If I go for Witch in the back and get to the evolution, and then use the Knight with the Witch evolution paired together, that is going to completely consume our opponent. I think that is the worst thing to ever have happen to you, is play against multiple evolutions stockpiled together. Dude, okay, sure. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I can't lie. I like how this is going for us. This is really, really nice. Golden Knight will not lock onto our tower. It's going to go on the other side, and Witch is still going to stay alive, and we got the double Evos, so this is how we wanted it. This is the way that we play. So I believe in the heart of cards here, and I'm going to be a pretty heartless individual, cycling multiple evolutions together. Look at the unkillable Witch. Even if you are going to use the Golden Knight, she's just going to heal and laugh her way to the bank. Look at that. She's still alive. Damn, he lost an entire Golden Knight there. That's wild work. All I'm going to do is drop a Graveyard here, and if you go Royal Hogs, you might be able to do a tower trade, possibly, but I mean, your tower is cooked in time, so All I need is a little bit of Skeleton Love, drop our poison, and that's good game. As a Royal Recruits player, I hate nothing more than this deck. So it makes me feel a little bit better that I get the other side of the coin. Instead of me always getting the miserable matchup, this guy got his worst nightmare. Okay, this guy finished 300 in the world looking at the banner. By the way, the new badges are terrible. From whatever they were trying to do, they did not cook. They essentially were trying to make them look a little bit more unique, maybe adding a bit more flavor to it. But in reality, I feel like they just feel bland.
What is that? What is that? Huh?
You know, it takes the personality from the old game. Like there's so many things that you look at, whether it's the archers or the knight artwork or the fire spirit artwork, and you're like, why do you touch something that looks so good? Anyway, this guy is going to be running Mortar for sure. So I want to be playing this well with Goblin Hut or we are not going to do well at all. So Goblin Hut's going to have to give us a lot of value. I'm going to roll through with the Barbarrel so we can potentially protect our Gibbies. And that seemed a little bit silly. It's still okay. Maybe the cannon cart's going to fall apart here. We can keep more Spear Goblins spawning, then I'm going to be a happy camper. Chilling with our Spear Goblins on the side. And waiting to see what this guy wants to do. Oh, wait, it's Cannoneer. I didn't even notice that. That's so much better for me. So if you're wondering why I'm not going to be going for a Knight here, is we just want to go for Graveyard standalone. We don't need anything with them because the skeletons from the Spear Goblins and the Witch and the Graveyard are kind of all we need. So if you go in for a tank, like a Knight in front, kind of bad because the Cannoneer is able to damage it down. If the Graveyard skeletons are getting targeted by the Cannoneer, he's going to have this horrible interaction where he is wasting so much of the Cannoneer damage on a single stupid skeleton, which maybe would be a little bit better off slaughtering our Witch and then our Knight. You know, that's what we want to do. So usually you want to go for tanks with your Graveyard, but in this particular position, you don't want to. Also, this guy is getting annihilated. Like, this isn't even close to close. I can Ice Spirit here, so then the Mortar is going to go and target the wrong thing. And then I'm going to go in for a Barbarian Barrel just to roll through. Deal some extra damage to the Mortar so it's not able to clean up. And if he gets one Mortar shot, I mean, congratulations, Mortar. That's well-earned damage. You take that all day, baby. I don't care. I'm just going to chuck a Graveyard here. We're going to get him to go for Bats or Goblin Gang, and then we will directly poison. It's free damage. I mean, he has nothing else besides Goblin Ganging, and I don't even need a tank because the freaking tower does negative damage to my skeletons. And it feels so fun to play this way because you don't have to be playing the standard Clash Royale at all. You can play the way that you want. I'm going to go Barbarrel here and then Ice Spirit just to go and pull the Bats a little bit. Make sure that we prioritize defending against these Evo Bats as much as we possibly can. And I'm going to get a Knight down directly on that cannon. Because if that cannon cart is going to be a problem, then we probably could lose the game. But I don't think that's going to happen here. I'll chuck a poison because that will take out the tower. And I think it puts the cannon cart into proximity where it falls apart. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really care at this point. Could be game over. I'm just going to throw down a Graveyard because I guess we didn't take the tower. But it's going to get one skeleton hit. He's done with this game. He's like, get me out. Get me out! And the Grapes of Wrath was not able to endure our wrath today. That was a very easy victory with only 400 damage dealt to our towers. I mean, one of the best players in the world with a rank 300 finish was barely tickling our tower, exemplifying why this Witch Graveyard deck is so easy. Nothing but a sea of blue in the battle log. Let's go on to the next one and keep up the streak. So my man's smiling, but we got to turn that into a frown real fast. It's my mission right now to make this man miserable with the witches spawning skeletons everywhere. All right, that kind of sucked. I'm not a huge fan of how that interaction happened because I think... Okay, never mind. I thought the hog was going to get a hit on the tower, but it only got one, so I didn't get the second one. I do like the fact that we're able to bait out a Mighty Miner here. I just dislike the fact that he is going to go and pop the ability if I don't go for a Witch. I don't want him to Earthquake on top of my precious Goblin Hut. All right, this is one of those situations where Graveyard and Single Elixir is just kind of a foolish task. And I want more Goblins to start spawning on the right, but they're going to go on the left, and he might Earthquake. I don't know. Usually if I go for Goblin Hut here, he just Earthquakes the right tower, and he feels really good because he hits the Spear Goblins, but now he's going to log instead of Earthquaking, so I felt like that was the better play. I don't know. You guys can flame me, or maybe say it's the right decision to go in for the Goblins on the left side. They weren't going to survive regardless. He's going to log or he's going to Earthquake. Still wanted to hit the tower he wanted to. Okay, so there's a strategy here for our homie. He is definitely going to go for a Firecracker. And we can make a prediction on it. And then we can feel really smart. You guys ready for this? Ice Spirit. Never mind. He didn't do it. That sucks. Stop it, bro. Stop the shenanigans right now. You know what? I can Graveyard because I'm kind of confident. I don't know if I should be confident, but I am confident in the pact that we can Barbarrel. I said pact instead of fact. Our words are not wording today. But he's going to hold this damage while I hold my breath and my words. Going to go for a Hog Rider. Hog Rider. And I'll Ice Spirit here. And he's going to Earthquake me in like 2 seconds. Never mind. That was a terrible log. You didn't even kill. Nice. So we can go in for a Knight here. And then I like this a lot because he doesn't have logs, so I can go for Spear Goblins. That's the reason that I like Spear Goblins in this deck more than Skeletons, because if they don't have a log, which they'll typically drop the log on the Goblin Hut and other stuff, you can get way more value. I'm going to go for a Poison, and this feels foolish. I don't like this. Wait, the Firecracker barely even, like, moved. I don't know. She just kind of sat there. That's kind of funny. I didn't expect that. All right, cool. Nice. Awesome strategies. You go Witch, go for another Goblin Hut when he Hog Riders, which should be in, like, very soon. I don't know. Bro is not cycling as much as I thought he would. Anyway, I'm going to go for a Graveyard. Ah, there's the double Hog Rider of Doom. That's how this guy's going to play. I can sense it. That's how he's going to make the moves. So he's going to get back to another Hog Rider real fast. I could Poison. I just don't like doing that right now. If he logs, we can still do this. And then I can go for a Knight. Then Barbro. You do that, we just go for Witch on the other side, you know? It's all good, man. It's all good. We distract and dominate. That's how it goes, brother. All right, it's not really going the way that we wanted at all. That's going to hit my tower, probably. Oh, it didn't splash on my tower. Damn, that's crazy. That's nice. I'll take it. I'll Graveyard here, too, because I believe the Firecracker falls. And then the Knight is still going to be able to tank. I was going to say Knight and then Witch. I was going to be like, Night Witch? It's kind of the Night Witch, guys. We got our own Night Witch out here. Oh, we're kind of losing. That sucks. All right, I'm going to go Witch in the back. And he could Firecracker this. Really weird, but he could. It is a single Ice Spirit, so I've seen people do it before. I'm going to Barbro here and then go for a Knight Evolution. And then probably Poison on this. To be honest, I think that's a good strategy. We're going to be able to kill the cannon, so it can't go that poorly for me. The Witch is still alive. Let's go Barbro. And then also go Spear Goblins after he uses his spells. Oh, man. Wait, the Witch is still alive. She's still cooking. Let her cook. Let her cook. All right, clean up the skeletons. Clean up the skeletons. Clean up the skeletons. Oh, that's not what we wanted at all. I'm going to straight up Poison on skeletons because I just need damage right now to feel better about myself. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Damn, that's a lot of damage. And we got an Earthquake out of him, so he can't break through a Goblin Hut. Very nice. Take those. We're just going to go Witch and then expect him to go in for a Firecracker. So we're going to Barbro directly on that as soon as we possibly can. And he's going to EQ soonish. We can't do it right now. Very cool. So we got our Witch back. We got our double Witch dominance action potentially. But I do like our Poison a lot more. If we can get a single skeleton hit on that Firecracker, it's cooked. That Firecracker is cracked out of this game. Let's go. I'm going to go Ice Spirit, predict the Firecracker, and get ready. And then hopefully the Firecracker doesn't hit my Witch. Stop it, bro. Chill. Stop it. All right. We're going to Poison. I didn't know if the Firecracker was going to die, so I didn't trust it. I don't trust these Firecrackers. They're too cracked. All right. I'm going to go Barbro as well and then chuck another Poison. How is my Witch still out here? She's thriving and her opponent's tower is diving. But despite this guy having Earthquake, which is traditionally the best counter in the game to Goblin Hut, he wasn't able to break through very consistently because the Ice Spirit was able to hold his Hog Riders in place. And he felt like a disgrace because none of his counters were able to counter the Witch. When your opponents shred the skeletons from the graveyard, they're actually helping you, healing your Witch. So then when they try to defend the frontal assault, they crumble under the pressure. After a lot of wins, we pushed up to 7,000 in the world. All right, so apparently this guy's a leopard, and unfortunately for us, we are going directly into something we don't want to see. Another Hog Rider of Doom. I think that there'll probably be Hog Rider Firecracker yet again. It's just like the most common deck in the game. And it's just like everywhere we look, we see Firecrackers. And the Firecracker can't see me. Wait. This is awesome. The Witch is going to get a hit on the tower at least. Yeah. We love it. Oh, 2. Get cooked, Kevin. Wait, that's the weirdest way to spell Kevin. I've never seen that before in my life. I do like that there's different spellings, but maybe this isn't Kevin. It's Kevin. Oh, Kevin, I do not appreciate it. No. All right, so enchanté, sir. I hope that we can become amis and maybe we can get some damage and some friendship here too. I would like to get damage on the tower with this Ice Spirit jumping, and it hit both. And then the skeleton got one little slap. All these interactions are kind of funny to me. I didn't expect the Ice Spirit to jump onto that. I thought it would hit the cannon, but it hit both somehow. And then also, alternatively, like the guy took more damage when he shouldn't have. So things are just going well. Especially with that little skeleton that would have typically died to the Princess Tower. We could Firecracker me. I would kind of expect that, to be honest, but he's not doing that, so it's cool. We can just do maybe Spear Goblins here and then drop in Knight and then probably Barbro. All right, I'm going to say that was the best prediction of my life, but it really wasn't a prediction, and I think we win. think the game's actually over. There's no way he defends this Evolved Witch. There's no shot, bro. There's nothing. This is GG. The Evolved Witch, when she's staying alive, and the freaking Mighty Miner went back towards the skeletons near the tower. Oh my goodness. Come on. Au revoir. I mean, I just feel like this is so toxic. This is diabolical. Witches do not die. I wonder how anyone has fun playing against this deck. And it's no secret why it's one of the best decks in the game, why everyone in the world is just playing it after the nerf, you know? It was one of the best decks. The Evolved Witch got nerfed, and then people forgot about it, and now people are not including automatically in their deck Lightning and Evolved Valkyrie, and because of that, the deck thrives. The deck is actually better than it was at its peak, because everyone at its peak was building decks to beat it. Now, because people forgot about it, it just kind of beats everything, so got screwed. It's kind of sad seeing someone try their hardest the entire game, only to get slaughtered by straight up overpowered cards. This guy gave us the eye roll as we rolled everything he owned. Bro really had no shot, and every interaction went our way with the best cards in the game. And we spawned in with our skeletons to 6,500 in the world. G-Dragon. All right, so is this guy the Golden Dragon? I know there's an Evolved Electro Dragon, there's an Evolved Inferno Dragon, and there's a Baby Dragon. This guy's just the golden one, though. Anyway, I'm going to go for Spear Goblins, and we should be able to spur together a decent defense so we don't take any damage. And usually when we see a deck like this with Wall Breakers and Goblin Gang, it's going to be one of two things. A Mega Knight deck or a Wall Breakers spam Goblin Barrel deck. And it looks like it's going to be the Goblin Barrel version. I would love to not take damage, but I missed the Bar Barrel. This guy is a shifty Sir, switching to the left side. And then just, oh, he's dialing in on a defense against the Valk. We are not going to have a great time. Ah, rough. I do not like playing against Valkyrie very often. Anyway, I'm going to go for Spear Goblins here. I would love to not see a log, but there's a high likelihood that that's going to happen. I am up a bit of Elixir, so I can catapult a poison here and have the Knight work its magic. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hit the Goblin Gang as well, but some of the Goblins might walk into the poison. Yeah, let's go. Screw you, Goblins. No one loves you. And the other one dies too, so not that much damage. All right, that's on the right side, so he is truly trying to trick us. I don't appreciate the behavior that he's dropping on us. All right, I got to go Ice Spirit so we don't take any damage. I messed this up. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I want to drop my Knight. And then I just drop it a little bit too late. I'm like, I don't really want to take that damage. So it'd be what it be. I like dropping lower Goblin Huts when our opponent does not have Princess in cycle. That would be nice. But since he has Princess, I have to drop the Goblin Hut right in his face. I don't know if the Goblins eventually kill the Princess. One of the most scuffed ways of slaughtering a Princess is dropping a Goblin Hut on defense against it, because each Goblin is sacrificed. Jake, I will do your bidding. I will combat the Princess, but at a really big cost. We do get 3 Spear Goblins, so at least we get something there. And it's not like he's able to go in for a big push or anything, because we do have the Evolved Witch rattling off a really big defense and counter push here. I wonder if we can use the Spear Goblins paired with the Knight, and then maybe even Barbrill here in Graveyard. Because if he doesn't have Goblin Gang, I think that he has to rely on the Dark Goblin to kill everything, and that's not super feasible. I can get a lot of damage with this Graveyard, and if you identify your opponent's defense condition, which is a Goblin Gang or a Dark Goblin, and they don't have them in cycle, you Graveyard, you just kind of win the game. It's actually just that easy. So Graveyard might seem like a difficult deck to master and play, but if you play it remotely well and you assess your opponent's deck and you find out what counters they should have, if they don't have them in cycle, you take the game as soon as they mess up. So yeah, GG, 25 seconds, dude is not going to break through. To be completely candid, you only need Graveyard Poison if your opponent has bait cards. If they don't have bait cards in cycle, you can just go in with Graveyards with a big push and take their tower without having to expend the 4 Elixir Poison. Funnily enough, the pushes are way more toxic without the poison, because you don't need to spend the extra 4 Elixir, and it's easier to rattle off. Spawn a skeleton on the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.